everyone, Ben from Snowboard Gamer. Welcome to episode 60 of This Week in Board Games. In this weekly show, I share with you all the games we played last week, do a spotlight on one of them, go over any interesting board game news, and show any new purchases. This week, I'll be doing a spotlight on the game Coup. This game we have played a lot of. You can see it's kind of beat up around the edges. In Coup, it is the dystopian future, and the government is falling apart, and you are trying to take seize of the government by controlling two people on the high courts of the government. Coup is for 2 to 6 players, ages 13 and up, and plays in 15 minutes. In Coup, each player influences 2 people on the high courts of the government. There are 5 possible characters that you can influence in the game. There are 3 of each character in the 15-card deck. Each player is dealt 2 cards in front of them. These are the 2 people that they influence. Everyone starts with 2 coins and is trying to eliminate every player's influence and be the last person standing. On your turn, you take one of 7 actions. Some actions can be blocked by other players. You can play it safe and take income, which is 1 coin. You can take 2 coins with foreign aid, but someone with the Duke can block it. If you have 7 coins, you can launch a coup at a player, which eliminates one of their influences. A coup cannot be blocked. The Duke allows you to take 3 coins and also blocks foreign aid. You can pay 3 coins to hire an assassin to eliminate one player's influence, but the Contessa can block an assassination attempt. The captain allows you to steal 2 coins from another player, but can also block stealing. The ambassador allows you to exchange cards with the deck and can also block a stealing attempt by a captain. Here's the catch. You can take any action on your turn, even if you don't influence that character. Any other player can challenge whether or not you have that card though. Whenever a challenge is initiated, whoever loses the challenge loses one of their influences. Whenever you lose an influence, you turn the card face up and leave it there for the rest of the game. For example, I have an ambassador and a Contessa. On my turn, I can say, I'm taking 3 coins with my Duke. As long as no one calls me out on it, I get the 3 coins. If someone says, I don't think you have a Duke, then I lose an influence, put the 3 coins back, and have to turn a card face up. If I actually had a Duke, then I keep the 3 coins, reveal the Duke, and the player who challenged me loses an influence. I then shuffle the Duke back into the deck and randomly deal a new character to myself. Any action or counteraction can be challenged by any player in the game. Gameplay continues until there is only one person left who is the winner. I've got my niece Brooke on today to talk about Coup.
Hello.
Brooke, what do you like about Coup?
It's a fun social game and there's a lot of bluffing involved and I really like that.
You tend to like the social games, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, Coup definitely has a strong element of bluffing. I like to compare it to kind of a game of poker. If you want to think, have you ever thought about it that way?
Not really. I've never really played poker.
Okay, well in poker you can bluff about what cards you have in your hand and pretend like you have a good hand when you actually don't. Mm-hmm. And there's some of the elements of that in Coup, but I find it much more interesting. So you like the bluffing element of the game. Anything else about the game that you like?
I like how it's easy to learn. It's a very quick game to get down.
Definitely easy to learn. So there are a couple elements in this game you have to watch out for. There's some times where you can actually get out in one turn and lose both of your influences.
When someone assassinates you, but you call them out on not having an assassin, so you lose both of your cards.
Yeah. You lose the challenge and then the assassin kills your other guy. So you gotta be careful about that. Also with the Contessa, if you claim the Contessa and you don't, and someone's assassinating you, lose the challenge, the assassin still takes out your other guy. You really like Coup. How does this compare with all the other games you've played with us? What's your favorite game?
My favorite game is Secret Hitler.
That's a good one. It's up the top of mine. Actually, it reminds me, this morning I saw on Instagram, Meeple Overboard posted a post that said, if your favorite 2 board games had a baby, what would it be called? And so I commented and said Terraforming Hitler, which I thought was pretty funny because Terraforming Mars and Secret Hitler. Anyway, so the social games. Why do you like the social games?
They're just fun to play with a whole group of people, and it's a lot of getting to know each other too through the games. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's very high social and player interaction between the people, right?
Yes.
Yeah, some games you're just everyone's doing their own thing and then at the end there's a winner. But these social games, I agree, it really brings people together. And why do you like Secret Hitler better than Coup?
You can just play with more people and people get more intense with it.
Yeah, I would agree. They can get pretty heated in Secret Hitler. This one, I don't think it really gets that tense. It's just fun, lighthearted 15-minute game. So it says ages 13 and up. What age would you rate this game at? Do you think 13?
Probably like older than 10, you could play the game.
I think I would agree. Yeah, I think some 10-year-olds could do it. So any final thoughts about Coup?
It's just a fun game to play. It's a fun party game. It's easy to learn.
I would add that it's easy to get to the table since it only takes 15 minutes to play.
Yes.
Not one of those long games that you really have to budget a night for. Well, thanks for coming on, Brooke. This has been fun.
Thank you.
Here is a quick clip of how one of our games of Coup ended. We're down to 3 now, finishing out Coup.
I'm assassinating Ben.
I will block with my Contessa.
You don't have a Contessa. Oh, I'm out. I did have an assassin though.
I'm gonna take 3 with my Duke.
I'm going to take 3 with my Duke.
I will take 3 with my Duke.
I will coup Ben with my
Nice
coup.
one. Okay, I coup you. Good game.
Yeah.
Did you actually have a Duke? Ooh, you
I
both
did.
actually had Dukes.
The next game we played is The Resistance. The Resistance is for 5 to 10 players ages 13 and up and plays in about 30 minutes. The Resistance is by Indie Boards and Cards, which is the same company that made Coup. This is a team-based social deduction game with secret identities instead of individual-based like Coup. This game we played a ton of until we got Secret Hitler. I still like Secret Hitler better, but this is a good one to introduce people to the social deduction game with secret identities. In The Resistance, you have a band of the resistance who are trying to overthrow a malignant government. The government has deployed spies to try and thwart out the resistance and stomp it. You go on a series of missions trying to overthrow the government, and all it takes is one spy on the team to fail the mission. So you gotta be careful who you put on the mission teams. This is a great one. There's also a rethemed version called The Resistance Avalon, which is basically the Resistance with the Hidden Agenda expansion and a King Arthur theme to it. We have this plus the Hidden Agenda. We like The Resistance, although we like Secret Hitler better. The next game we played is Space Base. And I got this a few weeks ago. I've been really excited to try it. Space Base is for 2 to 5 players ages 14 and up and plays in about an hour. Space Base is kind of like Machi Koro if you've played that game, but it's a little deeper than Machi Koro. In Space Base, everyone starts with cards numbered 2 through 12 in front of them, so you're guaranteed on your turn to get a resource no matter what numbers rolled on the dice. Just like in Machi Koro, you roll dice, get resources, buy cards. You replace the card on the table, and then that card slides underneath your player tableau area, and now that's a reward you get on other people's turns when they roll that number. So there's lots of different strategies you can take. I'm excited to get some more plays in of Space Base. We went to a local brewery called Gravity with Eric and Liz and played Space Base for the first time there. We're hanging out at Gravity Brewing while the kids are at marching band playing Space Base. It's our first play. What do you guys think?
Oh, I love it.
Good game. Having fun. I'm rolling. Okay. So, I got a 5. I don't get anything. And a 4. So I don't want that. I want the 9, which gives me 5. But I'm going to spend this one, which lets me do it twice. So I get 10 victory points for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Booyah! And then I've got
Nice.
and then I've got 12 points to spend.
Travis wants to get a blog set up and has been asking Ben to set the blog up for him. Ben just keeps forgetting. So I told Travis, Ben will never remember to do this for you. You need to write him a note. If you write Ben a note or you put like it on a to-do list, Ben will totally do it. So Travis made a note for Ben.
Call GoDaddy. Huh. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Call GoDaddy. What the? Looks like someone wants me to call GoDaddy and register a domain. The Meeple? Captain Dorkbot? Oh my gosh! How many of these are there? Okay. Oh, we have pink too! Okay. Oh my gosh, they're all inside the beer fridge. Okay. That's gotta be it, right? Oh, there's one of those. What about this cabinet? Yellow!
We had a lot of free time today.
Oh my gosh, more? Time to call GoDaddy. I did register the domain at GoDaddy. I'm still working on getting the website up, so more to come on that in the future, but Travis is looking to start putting out some of his content on a blog. That'll be fun. The next game I played this week is The Mind. I also took this on my business trip, taught it to some of my coworkers. The Mind is for 2 to 4 players ages 8 and up and plays in 15 minutes. This is a cooperative game where you're trying to play cards in order from lowest to highest, but you don't know what cards everyone else has. This is a fun one. I've talked a lot about it on this channel. If you want to hear more about this, go check out the spotlight I did in episode 50. The last game I played is Werebeasts. I also took this on my business trip and taught some of my coworkers after work. This is a set collection game with secret identities. It's for 3 to 10 players ages 14 and up and plays in about 20 minutes. When I say set collection, that just means you're collecting certain types of cards. But you have to keep secret what you're collecting, because if someone guesses what you're collecting, you're out of the game. I've also talked a lot about this one, so if you want to see more about this, go check out the spotlight I did in episode 46. After my business trip in Austin, I stayed over an extra day and saw my brother and my parents and went to a Texas Longhorns football game, which is my alma mater. First, I went down to the University Co-op and picked up some burnt orange gear because mine were getting kind of old. I got a nice hoodie to wear here in Colorado. Check out a little mini vlog from my Austin trip.
taking the field. This is Texas. Hold the right from Chester.
Eyes of Texas are upon you till Gabriel blows his horn. And now for the news. DiceForge expansion got a name finally. It's called Rebellion, and I am excited for this one. I think it's gonna be out February-ish, March-ish next year. March-ish, is that a word? Anyway, it's gonna be out early next year sometime, and I'm looking forward to that one. There's also a new version of Camel Up coming out that has these camels that go crazy and run reverse around the track and can apparently move camels backwards. I don't know if it's enough for me to pick up the new version, but if you don't have Camel Up, I recommend you taking a look at that when it comes out later this year. It's a fun half party, half strategy game, kind of in the middle. Probably more of a party game where you're betting on camels while you race around a track. Pretty silly, lighthearted. It's a fun one. Now for my new purchases this week, I just have this here. .600 card sleeves. These are the Ultra Pro Pro Mat. My friend Sean introduced me to these and I love them. These are the standard size. I just like to keep them stocked and we're getting low. They have a matte finish on the front, so if you're playing cards on the table, you don't get that reflective light up off of the plastic card sleeves like the non-matte finish does. So these ones are my favorite ones. I'll put a link in the description if you wanna go check them out on Amazon. You can get 600 of them for about 30 bucks. These are my favorite card sleeves. Yeah. That is it for This Week in Board Games. Thanks for watching, everyone. What games are you playing? I would love to hear it in the comments below. Let's get the discussion going there. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Bye.